Reining in here for episode 13. We've made it this far.
Episode 13. Supposedly the unlucky number.
But we're doing it.
We're going with it anyways. And 13 gets a bad rap. I don't like it. You know?
I don't like it.
I don't like it. Number 7's lucky. Number 13's unlucky. Who the freak comes up with this shit?
Vegas?
Vegas. F-ka Vegas.
F-ka Vegas?
F-ka Vegas. Kafka. Kafka-esque.
He said F-ka Vegas. Yolanda Vega. F-ka Vegas.
You know, when people used to say Kafka-esque, I never understood what that meant until I read some of his short stories and such. And let me tell you, fucked up guy, okay? Fucked up guy. If you haven't read Kafka stuff, you should give it a read, okay? Anyway, that's classic.
Anyway.
Classic. That's my little bit of knowledge.
Ready, Kafka!
Ready, Kafka. What line is that from, everyone?
Oh, email us.
Email us. Go ahead. You give them the email address.
The email address says you already should know because we're still waiting for our first email.
First listener email. Come on, people.
GTVSpodcast at, you guessed it, gmail.com.
Yes, please shoot us an email with your guess of what movie that is.
Ready, Kafka?
Ready, Kafka?
We're ready to believe you.
They've gone to play. All right, that's 3 lines from the movie. If you can't get it by then, by emailing us at GTVS.
The second one wasn't that movie. We're ready to believe you.
Oh, yes, that's true. That's a different movie. All right.
Same actor.
That's true. Same actor. Okay, we want an email with the actor's name, the 2 movies that he starred in, where he said those lines, at gtvspodcast@gmail.com. And the lucky emailer will receive a prize from the show. This will be the first real prize given out from the show, the greatest TV show podcast ever.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
I mean, the greatest TV show podcast about the greatest TV show to ever be on television. Right? We all know.
Write that down.
Why we're doing this.
So episode 13 coming at you. Pet peeves. We all got them. We all got them.
Coincidentally, we saved this for
episode 13.
You know, it's the unlucky number, supposedly.
So we might as well throw out all our baggage and lay it out onto the table at number 13.
This is the time to air our grievances. It's a Festivus
for the rest of us. Cancel that show out.
I think we've canceled that show several times.
Doom, doom.
Doom, 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 doom,
Doom, doom, doom.
Hey, yes, rein it in. I was going to say Curb Your Enthusiasm. Cancel that show.
Oh,
Thank you very much. I recently ran through all the episodes. I'm still finishing season 11. And the theme song was not called a theme song until season 10. It was just, for the first 9 seasons, it was called Quirky Intro Music.
Really?
In the subtitles, you know, when you put the subtitles on. Yeah. Quirky Intro Music. And in one episode, it actually names the conductor who, I guess they conducted the music.
The composer.
The composer, yeah. He conducted the orchestra.
Orchestrator.
The orchestra. He orchestrated the music and conducted it. And
as he's holding a drumstick in his hand, pointing at me like he is composing this.
To give everyone the visual, I'm composing the podcast right now, going on and on about this. Okay.
Write it in, please, God.
Pet peeves. Here we go. What's the first one on the
All
list?
right, so
Check
I have
notes. Oh, that's bad page flipping. Oh, my God. How did you act on the show? I don't know.
I quit. I hit a button.
Oh, boy. You hit the keyboard. What is that? Searching the Mac. This Mac. I don't know.
I threw the pad on the keyboard and it hit a button.
All right.
Hopefully we're still
recording.
recording.
Still recording? Yeah, it looks like we are. Okay. All right, good. Check 1, 2. Check.
Fantastic.
4, 5.
So anyway,
all right.
First on the list, washing dishes So while the water is running, you're scrubbing the dishes.
Okay, so
and the water is still running.
let's
Leaving
say-
the water running while you're still scrubbing the dish.
So Vinny walks in on Al washing the dishes. And
He
Al,
walks in on
Al,
washing the dishes.
yes. And so Al's got the water running, and he doesn't even have the dish under the water,
He's naked. No, he's not. He's clothed.
and he's scrubbing the dish. So Vinny says, you're not using the water. Why don't you just turn it off and, then scrub the dish? And Vinny just has the habit of, Al has the habit of leaving the water running. So if you've ever had a roommate or a family member who's done this, that is actually me, Anthony, the actor in real life, his real pet peeve. And we just translated it over to Vinny's pet peeve. And we figured that would be a good scene, couple of scenes. I think we did it a few times, right?
Every chance we had.
Every chance we had. And at some point, Vinny would just walk in and shut the water off on Al and walk away.
No, come on. It takes forever to get the temperature of the water just right where it's not too hot, but it's hot enough to get the bacteria off of the dishes and not scorch your fingers. So you're going to turn the water off, scrub for literally 3.7 seconds to turn the water back on, get the temperature just right, so I can rinse it for 8.3 seconds.
This is a
and
valid,
then
this is
take
a
out
valid
the dish.
point. He speaks of bacteria. However, if you don't leave the dishes in the sink for an extended period of time, there isn't much bacteria to take off. So you just little hot water. You run it under, you shut it off.
We are living in a pandemic, right? Stupid face. There's not much bacteria going around, but the whole world's sick.
It's funny because it reminds me of a time.
Because it's true.
Listen. Ready for this? I dated a woman.
Sarah?
She had 2 children. No, this is Anthony in real life.
Okay? Laura.
Dated I dated someone who had 2 children.
Chickenpox.
And one of the childs did a report in school on fresh water and how the world only has 2% fresh water and the United States uses like 80% of that 2% or some ridiculous numbers or something. But she was the one who would leave the water running while washing the dishes. And I gotta tell you the truth. There's a little Vinny in me, okay? You see me acting as Vinny, but
there is a little Vinny.
There's a little Vinny. I'm part Vinny, okay? And so I says to her, okay, your kid just did a report on wasting water, and here you are washing dishes with the freaking water running. Turn it off, scrub the dish, and call it a day, okay? Stop it. Well, this is how I do the dishes. I can't break the habit. You know what? I'll come in here every time you start the dishes. You wet them with the hot water. I'll shut it off for you. And then you tell me when you're done scrubbing, and I'll come in and I'll turn the water back on for you. How's that sound for saving
Sounds like
water?
A full-time job.
I don't care. You got to save water, people.
Mr. Captain Planet over here. When your powers combine, you are Anthony.
Oh, I'm flexing my muscles, the little bit muscle that I have there.
Right. It's
the visual. We got to give more visuals on the show,
It's not muscle, it's blubber.
That was fun, though, when Vinny would just walk in and shut the water on.
Yeah, it was fun for him.
and now I got to get the water right. Damn it.
But then your hands are soapy. Now you're trying to fiddle with the frickin' knobs, trying to get the water back on, and now the sink is all soapy and dirty. And, it's no.
First world problems.
I understand what you're saying. Other people might not be fast enough with the scrubbing. But I'm a fast scrubber.
Oh, fast scrubber are you? Okay.
I'm a fast cook, I guess. I'm a fast scrubber, I guess. I'm sure about that 5 minutes. That 3.7 seconds.
Mr. Tipton. How could it take 5 minutes for you to make grits when it takes the entire grit-eating world 15 minutes? I messed that up real bad.
I'm a fast cook, I guess.
All right, so we're
Anyway.
gonna there'll be no prize for anybody who guesses that movie.
Yeah, no,
Email
because
us,
that's
gtvspodcast@gmail.com. Get that first email in, guess the movie,
You got to write this down.
and we'll give you a prize.
Check that one off.
All right.
All right, here's another one. Bad drivers. Now, this can go anywhere you want it to go.
Oh, definitely.
So we're going to focus. We're going to try to rein it in here. First, we're going to go. We're going to really branch off with this, but right now I want to focus on parking.
Okay, parking it is.
I have a saying that I live by. If you can't park it, don't drive it. So if you're driving this huge frickin' Suburban and you're trying to just not even back it in, just park in general, and you're like doing a half a mile an hour into the spot, turning the wheel, cutting it back, going back in reverse, going it back, just go home.
Even
Get out of the car and call an Uber.
So you're talking about parallel parking, right?
No, parking. I didn't say parallel. I said pulling into a spot forward.
Exactly.
If you can't even do that, you don't deserve to be driving it. Go get a smart car.
Exactly.
Or just Uber.
Or those Teslas, they park themselves.
If you push the button.
I think Lexus has a brand. Yeah, some of them.
Yeah,
Some of them have the parking, auto park. You know.
But there's
I wish some people would auto park themselves on their couch and not go anywhere. That's a pet peeve of mine. People out in society, stay home.
Well, we are in a pandemic, so stay home.
All right, so yeah, continue. I'm sorry, the parking, right?
Parking out, and you get to the store. This jackass is parked and taking up 3 spots, and he leaves it there, and you see him do it, and then he gets out of the car. You look at him like, "Are you gonna leave it like that? What's wrong with you?"
Yeah, that's nuts. There's videos. Obviously, people have seen the videos online of boxing in cars who park like a-holes.
Oh yeah,
I love those videos.
Me too.
I never had the guts to do it myself, but I love the people who've had the guts. Get the guts.
Get the guts. And then, no offense against senior citizens.
Too late.
But there should be when you reach a certain age, maybe 65, when you should retest your driver's license.
So here's the thing, right? You got an idea on that. You want to create jobs, you give all senior citizens a chauffeur. You got to go to the grocery store, and you know what? Well, actually, it's already an app. You got an Uber or something, but it could be. It's got to be. Maybe we could give them an 800 number because listen, working in retail, you learn what skills people have and don't have, and some can't use the smartphone.
No, you're right.
So we give them an 800 number.
Right, that's true.
You know,
I had when you said 800 number, my mind went in a whole different idea.
1-800 get a car. Boom, there you go. Anybody wants to start? Boom, roasted. That's a free idea for anybody who wants to start a business. 1-800
get a car.
Get a car. Okay, and people who just don't want to drive, even people who don't want to drive, they want someone to drive them around. You could feel like you got a little bit of money, you're a little rich, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Decent prices. Someone will come, pick you up, bring you to the grocery store. You pick out your groceries.
I think this is a great idea. This is gold. Write this down.
Write it down.
Right? 1-800 get a car. Fax us.
Fax us.
1-800 GETACAR
at gmail.yahoo.com.
No, it's a fax.
Oh yeah.
1-800 GET.
Oh boy. So bad drivers. Yeah. Oh well. See, the thing is now you have parallel parkers, and I grew up in Jersey City, so it's a skill that you learn growing up in a city, parking on the streets. Not a lot of people have the opportunity to learn this.
True.
So how do you solve that? Auto park cars. That's it. The car does the parking for itself because, I had a job one time. This guy, he installed a license plate bracket with spikes on it because he lived in a city and people kept dinging his car. So he put the spikes sticking out from the car, and if anybody bumped his car, it would poke holes in their bumper. So nobody would park next to his car because they knew they couldn't parallel park, and they knew they would hit his spikes, and they were metal sharp spikes, and they like 50 of them around the whole license plate. Oh, it's the greatest idea ever. Even the bumper buddy The bumper. What's that thing called? That
Oh,
rubber.
that stupid ass thing.
That rubber
I hate
thing
that
they put over the bumper.
That's so stupid.
That's like saying,
I can't drive. I can't drive. Stay away from me. I got my bumper caddy.
Oh, boy.
And then you get those idiots getting off the topic of parking. Let's move on to other sections of bad driving.
So, you remember the episodes where we would have Vinny or Al looking out the window, and you would see the parallel parkers just going back and forth and back and forth.
That was
and
phenomenal.
Vinny or Al would just be standing there
Just
saying, "Look at this idiot."
we would literally get a nice cocktail or tea or coffee and just sit by the window and just sip our drinks and watch idiocracy happen in front of us.
We had an idea for a scene that they didn't want to film, where I said either Vinny or Al just got so fed up with one parker that they went outside and said, "Would you please come out of the car and I'll park this for you?"
Right.
But they didn't want to incite any bad ideas for people out there to do that, because then you could have altercations.
Right. You could have like carjackings.
But yeah, really, like,
you don't deserve this car. Give it to me.
you just please get out of the car. I'll park it for you. You go home and I'll bring the keys.
You pat them on the head and you get in the car and park it for them. Okay, good. Thank you. Here's a lollipop. Get the hell out of here.
Oh boy.
So another thing, on ramps.
Okay.
It's called the acceleration lane. So you accelerate!
Yes.
Oh, so many times people either slow down, hit their brakes, or just speed up. It's your one opportunity to hit your gas and not get in trouble for it.
Yeah, it's true.
Go.
You just have to go. I think people may have, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, coordination problems, because, the mirror says objects are closer than they appear.
And it freaks them out.
So, right, that freaks people out. They're like, "Oh my God, that car is actually closer. I don't know what to do. Speed up." So what I do, here's a free tip from Anthony, not Vinny, Anthony, okay? Just get out of the right lane. I just move into the middle lane and I let the other people deal with it, because I can't deal with it.
No, yeah, absolutely.
It's too much.
Well, that's the other thing, as if you're driving on the actual highway and someone's in the on-ramp or acceleration lane on your right, you're supposed to move over a lane. No one does it.
No one does that either.
Oh, it's so annoying. You're trying to get over and you can't because some jackass is just do-do-do, and then they flick you off like it's your problem.
Oh, it's true. Well, that's another pet peeve. Turn signals. I have it on.
It's on for its health.
It's on, which means I'm indicating that I want to turn. I want to come into your lane. And what do people do? Well, this is a Jersey thing. I'm pretty sure it's all over. They speed up, and they don't want to let you in.
And then they block you in. Yeah. You get in front of me.
Because where they're going is more important than where you're going.
Absolutely.
And if they don't get there, nobody's going to get there. And they block you.
Ooh, excuse me.
My blinker is on for a reason, people. You would rather see my blinker than my fist in your face.
Oh! I had a lady. We were on the acceleration ramp lane, but it was just before that. It was the interstate goes north and south, and she was on the south side on the left, and I'm in the right going north. At the last second, she decides, "Oh wait, I have to go north," and she cuts over the double lines and cuts me off, and then decides to slam on her brakes because now she's not sure if she needs to go north. So I almost rear-ended her. I slam on my horn. She finally decides to go, but not fast enough. She just tore. I don't hit her.
Yeah.
And now we're finally on the highway, and she's still not going anywhere near the speed that she should be going. So I finally got enough room to go around her, and she flicks me off.
Oh, well, yeah, of course, you're wrong. What do you think?
Hey, I know where I'm going. Fuck you.
Yeah, listen.
That's today's society. That's another pet peeve. Society and the way it is today.
That's what
selfishness.
It is. Like when I get into a conversation with people about self-driving cars, and they say that they don't trust the
Yeah.
technology. But
I don't trust
You know,
the technology of the human being.
that's right. That's the thing. It's like a self-driving car will never swerve across 3 lanes
Right.
because it's about to miss its exit.
Right.
It will never-
That's called the Jersey Slide, by the way.
Jersey Slide, is it really? I
Yeah.
never heard that. Wow. Jersey Slide. That's crazy. It's got a name.
And it's Jersey. There's an exit 2 minutes up the street.
And you can
So
just catch a
don't
U-turn
make
and go back.
don't make your mistake someone else's problem.
Right.
That's another saying I go by.
Yeah. Because, self-driving cars. You want to know how much better they'll be? No drunk drivers, no falling asleep at the wheel, no
Right.
cutting across 3 lanes, never gets tired. It'll take you where you want to go, and that's it.
Unless you fall asleep and the battery dies. It's an electric car.
And you know what? It probably has a built-in feature to pull over safely
That's true. And
know?
call for help.
and call for help.
Hey,
There you go.
Hey.
OnStar, right?
Um,
Detects accidents and everything. You know, we're getting to a more advanced civilization. You got to move along with the times, people. You got to, succumb to the technology. Okay,
I think we're done with driving.
driving.
It's-
peeves.
My
Driving.
blood pressure's rising
Yeah,
thinking about it.
I'm getting a little tense talking about it.
This is a great episode, number 13. Pet peeves. Let's get angry,
Well,
people.
let's talk about another pet peeve that'll get our blood pressure even higher.
People that don't know how to use credit cards while checking out at grocery stores.
Oh, yes. Yes. So shout out to retail people out there. Listen, you know what? What I also want to offer to people, give us your stories. Email us a story.
Give
or
us
two.
your food.
Yeah, and we'll talk about it for you. We'll help you. We'll be your therapy. Okay? So you could tell us your stories.
We'll be your shoulder.
Email gtvspodcast@gmail.com. Okay?
There it is.
We'll be your shoulder to cry on, right? That's what you were
Absolutely.
going to say. Right?
Absolutely.
Yep. Because
We'll be the wind beneath your wings.
because you get on the checkout line, and you know this person was just in another store and they had to do this 5 minutes ago. Okay. They look at the credit card machine like they've never seen it before, and they take out the card and they have to ask the cashier, do I swipe or do I use the chip? And it says,
Do I tap it?
Yeah.
And it doesn't have the tap, and they're tapping the card of the machine.
This is not working. And then the Apple Pay, forget it. That confuses everybody too. I don't understand. You just hold the phone right there. I don't understand. Listen, tell your friend, okay, how to use the credit card machine. Okay, you put the chip in, you put the PIN number in, you take the card out, and you pay, and that's it.
Or you're in line at the grocery store and you've been there for a while and you always end up picking the wrong line. This one's shorter. Yeah, there's a reason for it.
Yeah, you remember? I'm sure we had plenty of scenes on the show where in Sports Authority, Al had to deal with that. And
People feel like it's Christmas. The line is from the register all the way to sporting goods. Like it's almost around the store.
Oh my God.
And the lady pulls out her checkbook. I'm like,
The dreaded check.
Are you kidding me? And the best part was we were also customer service. So people brought their returns as well. There was no separate line. So I got to return these 8 things. I wrote checks.
Yeah, that's great. You remember what the scenes they would do with Vinny, right? The person would come in and say, "Can I pay by check?" And Vinny would say, "You can, but should you?" No. Because it's a whole process. You got to with the check. Oh, come on.
Write your driver's license number down.
Yeah. Can I see your ID, please?
No, you have to actually write the license number on the check.
Yeah. Phone number too, if it wasn't on there.
Another one we got. Customers that go into stores and don't read sales signs.
Oh, yes.
I'm pretty sure this is one of Vinny's big ones.
Yes. Vinny,
at the
of
video
course,
store.
had the scene a couple of times, actually. So if you remember from the show, West Coast Video had huge windows, 6 foot by 6 foot windows, and they had huge signs. 3 movies for $9.99. And of course, every other customer would come up with 2 movies. And Vinny would say, we have a deal, right? 3 movies for $9.99, and the customer would say, "Really? I didn't know about that." And Vinny would
You
turn
smack
around
him with the face.
and look at the window, and he would say, "You see that sign over there? Oh my God, I didn't see it."
Oh my God, 2 for $5.
And then Vinny would say, "Tell your friend,
You get out of my store.
get out of my store. Tell your friend, 3 for $9.99.
Oh, God.
Oh boy.
Yeah, people are funny. Not in a good way.
Oh no.
Not the ha-ha way. Another one we got is people who shop and don't have their member card ready.
Oh yes. Yes.
Every time I say one, he goes, "Oh, yes," and his eyes light up
Yes.
with anger.
Anger. They turn blood red. Well,
There will be blood.
so I know eventually it turned over to phone numbers, right? You punch in your phone number and that's
Right,
it.
and that's how I don't have my cards ever. It's just my phone number.
Yeah, it's,
You got your member card? Phone number.
but you have to
Okay.
remind people to punch in their number. And then you're ringing stuff up in the video store too. Same thing. You're ringing the videos up. You're ringing, I'm sure, in Sports Authority. And then it's full price. And then what do they say?
Where's my sale?
What?
I thought that was on sale.
Yeah, I thought that was on sale. Well, I'm supposed to get the sale price. And then you
And
want
then-
to smack them. You want to smack
That's how Al got fired. No, I'm kidding.
them. But no, you have to say, "Oh yeah, no problem. Just punch in your number, and the price will come up." It's like you got to be responsible for everybody out there. You're responsible for everybody else.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's wrong with society. Everyone is ignorant, arrogant, and selfish.
Oh my goodness, unbelievable. What do we got?
Leaving laundry in the machines.
Ooh.
So as we know, remember from the show, Al and Vinny didn't have a washer and dryer in the apartment, so we had to go to the laundromat. How many times did we go in a laundromat and there's the machine's not running? Oh, this machine's free. Open it up. There's clothes in it.
Clothes, yeah,
Like, why? First of all, you're in a public setting
right.
with your private clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone could just do anything to
Yeah,
those clothes.
really.
Why would you leave them unattended?
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
And there was no one in the laundromat. We would
Yeah.
walk, nine out of 10, if there was,
10, 15 machines going.
and there's nobody there. Like,
Yeah.
where are you going?
I remember we
Where are
filmed
you
the
going?
scenes.
I mean, there's a liquor store right next door. Maybe.
yeah.
But you can't drink in the liquor store, so what are you doing?
I remember the first scene we filmed. Al and Vinny walk in. They see all the machines going, not a soul around, and they're thinking to themselves, what
Is this a horror movie?
Can we go shopping? Can we just like take the clothes?
Maybe the people disappeared. Maybe there's some kind of thing here,
Oh, yeah.
abducting people.
Oh, and Vanilla Sky. You ever see that movie with Tom
Yeah,
Cruise?
once.
Remember the scene where he's running down
No.
Times Square and there's nobody there? Ghost
Vaguely,
Town? Vaguely?
yeah.
Well, that happens in the movie. I swear. Watch it.
Again, watch it again.
Yeah, watch it again. It's a
That
good
movie confused the hell out of me.
Oh, it's a good movie. You got to watch it again. Yeah, definitely.
I was also like
Definitely.
13 or 16.
Really?
I don't remember.
No, it didn't come out that old. Probably like 2000 or something.
Oh, then I was
Yeah.
18.
I got to fact check that though. Hey, listen, folks out there, why don't you fact check
your face?
fact check me on Vanilla Sky, the English version, because that's actually a remake of a foreign movie. Hollywood does that a lot.
Right,
They
and
take
they- all the
foreign
time,
movies
please.
and they remake them.
So yeah, fax us at 1-800-GET-A-CAR and let us know the year of Vanilla Sky.
Vanilla Sky.
And just write the year, just one piece of paper and just 4 numbers, the year it was made. And that's all you have to write on the paper. 1-800-GET-A-CAR, fax it over.
Or email us at GTVS.
Or email us.
GTVS podcast at
You should
gmail.
probably email us because the fax number isn't
Can I
real.
finish saying the email
No.
so they get it?
We've said it 25 times.
I don't care. I want to say 25 more times until we get that first email. Are you gonna let me? GTVS podcast at gmail.com.
And there it is.
And there it is. So what was I talking about before that? I said Vanilla Sky.
He reads it in and forgets what he was talking about.
Wait, something to do
Empty
with
seats.
Empty seats?
No. Running down Times Square.
Right, but before that, we were talking about something empty. What was the last Oh, the washer and dryer, and we were in the laundromat.
Oh, and it's empty. There's no one
it's
there.
empty, yeah. And we ran into some characters. We could probably do another show about the characters we ran into.
So the characters ran into characters.
Yes, the characters ran into characters. In the laundromat.
And some of the characters drew caricatures
Yeah.
of the characters.
Oh, we had the one episode where we brought the chess board in.
Yes.
We were playing
chess.
chess.
Yeah, that was a great episode.
And then the one guy came in, and it was like half the episode where you guys, because, Vinny and actually Anthony sucks at chess in real life, and Mike and Al are really good at chess. And so every time they played, Vinny would lose. But the one gentleman who was watching us play, he said, "Hey, can I get in on the game?" And we played chess on the episode, and it was like a very good match. And he said you were very good and everything. We made that a whole half an episode. I remember that.
Yeah. Didn't he bring in like the clock button, the clock push buttons?
No.
So you make a move, you hit the button. You make a move, you hit the button. Hey, can I get on this action? Yeah, you can play the next game. He plays the next game. He pulls this shit out of a bag. That didn't happen.
No.
But it'd be funny.
That would be funny, actually. Right? What else we got?
I think, and last but not least, customers, and this actually works perfectly because we're coming to the close of the episode.
Oh, this is a long episode.
So
this
is called Customers Coming into the Store 5 minutes prior to closing.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Anyone working retail hates
food service
that.
Industry.
Anything retail.
Any retail establishment.
And then it's like, it is funny because as soon as someone walks in the door, an employee notices it, rolls their eyes, and immediately spreads word through every other employee that there is one more customer in the store.
Right.
And then everybody goes,
And so remember the couple of scenes that we filmed on the show where Vinny is at the video store and he's walking towards the door to lock up, and someone's walking towards the door from the outside, and he would walk a little faster and lock the door and go, "Oh, sorry," and point to his wrist and say, "Time, I'm sorry." Or you remember the few scenes where he's counting the registers and he would get the knock at the door. And the person would hold up the videos. "I got videos. I'm going to be late." And Vinny would say, "Yes, you are going to be late. Bye-bye." So satisfying.
Don't they have a Dropbox?
There was a Dropbox, yes, and it would be scanned the next day. It was not counted for the same day. You remember? Strict rules in the video store. I think that's why they went out of business.
Probably. Oh my God.
Boy. What about that over at Sports Authority? Any late people doing their entire wardrobe shopping?
Every night. Oh, we close at 10. It's 9:58.
Yeah.
And someone walks in. Just lock the door. Oh, you can't. It's corporate policy.
Corporate policy, my ears.
And it's always that person who just doesn't know what they want.
Yeah.
And just roams around. Or has a ridiculous return.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, I just want to close the register.
I just want to go home. I want to go home. Well, listen, we promised our listeners a Customer Relations Part 2 episode. So that's coming with more specific stories from the show. We're going to reminisce about those.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We got plenty of those coming at you.
So that'll do it for us here at the Greatest TV Show Podcast. I'm Mike.
And I'm Anthony.
And we're signing off.
And now a word from our sponsors. Ladies and gentlemen, today's episode of the Greatest TV Show Podcast was brought to you by the Greatest TV Show Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for a new podcast about a show that we all love, starring those two great actors, Michael and Anthony, playing Al and Vinny, just tune in to the Greatest TV Show Podcast. You're going to laugh your ass off.